With the insanely high advances of technology, we see the skyrocket of uses of ChatGPT, AI voices, or AI clips. Which, yeah, okay, you could definitely make an argument that it's just for the natural evolution of technology, and I wouldn't disagree with you there. But don't you find it even the tiniest bit scary? The main focus that I want to talk about is the Tesla robots that our good friend Elon Musk is currently working on and aim to be able to sold to customers in 2026. What he aims for is basically a robot that helps you with day-to-day chores so that you don't have to do as much and are able to relax more. Now, I'm not one to complain about AI, and that's a lot of what current technology is, but I feel that most people can agree with me that there is a point where ethics and morals have to take over. The use of AI is giving the morals and ethics of people a real challenge. While, yes, it may be fun to make AI covers of celebrities or friends, but then you have to ask the question of, is it morally right? The origin of AI is basically with computers or calculators. Back in the old time of the 1950s, computers weren't what they were today. With the birth of computers in that year, their sole goal was to compute difficult equations and simplify them. Basically, a very fancy and expensive calculator. The creators of this machine were named Alan Turing and John McAfee, and are considered as the father of AI. So we can see the massive difference in AI throughout the days, as before it was meant for calculations and basic computing, contrasted to today where AI is quite literally at almost every corner of the world. You would probably be surprised by how reliant you are on AI, as all technology you use has AI in it in one way or another. Google, AI. Weather app, AI. Pokemon Go, AI. I assume you get it at this point. When you look at what AI is, you realize how it's basically just given a set of commands to do and it follows. That obviously isn't the problem with ethics until we look at one of the figureheads for AI use today, Elon Musk. The creator of Tesla is a decent advocate for AI use today, and it's hard to believe that he isn't a robot sometimes. Because of his high belief of AI usage and seeing Tesla cars a lot more commonly into day to day life, he dreams of getting a grasp on AI. Because whilst he is a fanatic, he also does understand the dangers of AI, and that's why he wants a head start. To my knowledge, it's that he can gain control of AI before they go self-sentient. So what does this have to do with morals? Well, I want to talk about this a bit more before getting into it, but it isn't completely useless when I feel that I'm not alone when I say I wouldn't trust AI, no matter what, or even if it's just one person in charge of it all. Even if I were to get a Tesla robot, which I 100% do not plan on getting, just a thought in the back of my mind that Elon Musk has supreme control over the robots, just in case he feels bored one day, is enough to make me feel uneasy around it at almost all times. The reason that I worry about the ethics and morals of the creation of AI is mainly from the viewpoint of a student. As much as people may joke about all the doctors graduating with ChatGPT stuff, the harsh reality is that it's pretty likely of actually happening. AI can and is causing an overall shortage of what I would like to call self-reliance. Since society today uses a lot of AI to find things out, it becomes a bit more worrying when you go to a doctor's office or try and find a lawyer, only to find out they didn't even do the work. ChatGPT did. While AI does all of this, a lot of people's worth ethics would obviously go down because why do anything when AI can do it for me attitude gets you the paycheck at the end of the week. Another point being is that online, you could travel the world and check out places from other people visiting, losing the incentive of people to travel. I don't want to say it's in our nature, but people have definitely been dulled to a lot of things because of the use of AI. That's only the ethics, not even mentioning the morality of AI. So let's look at chatbots as the best example. The fact is, chatbots are meant to take the persona of a character so that people can have fun and lighthearted conversations with that character because some people like the immersion. I have nothing wrong with that. When that becomes a blockade for someone to communicate with other people in real life, that's when it becomes a really big problem. Or have other conversations. People are weird, we get that. AI should never be a reason for people not to communicate with each other, as when we look at the beginning of computers as a whole, it was meant for people to be able to communicate with each other better and even across the world. While it has achieved that goal, it seems to have gone too far into the digital worlds. I luckily don't know anyone who's reached that point, but doesn't mean that I don't worry that people act like that or even worse. once robots are out in public, I really don't want to have to see robot girlfriends with printed pictures of anime characters on their faces, which I think is an inevitable fate that we might just have to get used to in our day-to-day lives. Now, I'm not saying AI and computers are bad. In fact, the creation of those things were meant for the betterment of society. But let's be real, people wouldn't know how to use them for those features if it hit them in the face. The reason for its creation seemed to go over almost everyone's heads, causing a huge reliance on technology and its uses, which in my opinion just might cause us to become the people in Wall-E. I'm not too worried about it, as I doubt that technology will get crazy advanced within the next 10 years, but still doesn't mean that we won't eventually get to a point of technology where humans have to do virtually nothing at all. I believe that as humans, we really only have two paths from here on out if AI keeps going at this rate. We can either go down the Wall-E route, which is where humans get to a point of not needing to do anything for themselves and just get to sit down and relax all day. They even have to like and subscribe for themselves. They could tell a robot to go do that. But hey, don't you like doing things for yourself? So why don't you prove AI wrong by liking and subscribing to me? But yeah, with that path, AI wouldn't deviate from the original script, but it also cause humans to be a lot more inactive and maybe even trash the world like they do in the movie. The other path, and the one I feel a lot more people think is likely, is the iRobot path, where for a solid little while AI follows the human commands to a T, but then later on deviates because of those rules. Classic robot uprising, but hey, we don't know yet because we don't have the robots to do that. So a little summary before I wrap up this video. AI is advancing way too fast and is leaving people behind. Chatbots and robot girlfriends might just sadly happen, and we might just have to get used to it. AI might as well do our jobs for us, and soon enough they might just. And to top it off, Broadwave is still making music!